Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, I let M1 do the stock picks for me, and it's based upon my current allocations within the portfolio. And this is update 112. And what we're looking at right now, this is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account, my Average Joe Dividends portfolio. This is about 15% of my total net worth, and right now my strategy is to do two deposits of $100 each. And since it's Monday, I let M1 do the picking on this one, so we'll see in just a little bit what that was as far as my buys. So we can just take a look at the 1 year performance of this portfolio. You can see it's been up and down, but mostly up and to the right over the last year. You can see the starting value from last year right about a $209,000 mark, and it's just made a march upwards. You can see some dips in here down to 228 and then marching back up to 250s, and then we went back down to the 240s, and then we went back up to the all-time highs of 260s, and then now we've dipped down to the mid 250s. So that's been the trend of this portfolio and really the stock market itself. So you can see here also, here's the dividends earned from this portfolio over the last year. Over $11,000 this portfolio is paid out. And we'll go ahead and we'll jump into the activity log. And if you are wondering what's in the portfolio, I'll leave a link below to my M1 pies. You can see the individual positions as well as the percent allocations for each position. So jumping to the activity log here, we'll see the three buys here. We're going to see what the three buys were, and we're also going to see what effect they had on my dividend income. And two of these buys, they're going to be dividend drips. So these are dividends I received over the weekend from Yum Brands for $7 and then Amgen for $13.24. So these are going to go right back into, or actually they went right back into the stock that paid them. So here is what I put my $100 towards, and that was for SCHD. We'll click here, and it bought me 1.21493 shares of SCHD. And we can see, like Yum Brands, it's going to be a fractional. It was 0.05 quantity there. And then for Amgen, 0.04. But even these fractionals will make a difference, and I'll show you that in just a second. You can see here is the dividends paid out on the 6th, and M1 has a 1 day delay, so these actually paid me on the 7th, and there's one dividend I'm expecting from Southern Company that hasn't paid, so I'm wondering if M1 just has a day delay. So we'll see tomorrow if that Southern Company dividend shows up. I was expecting that on Saturday with the Amgen and Yum dividend payouts. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to my Google Docs spreadsheet, and this has all the positions in my portfolio, and these are arranged by the pay dates. And I'm just going to scroll down here, and we can see here are the dividends that have paid me so far for the month. So we're at $69.25. And here's Southern Company. I had to adjust that date. I pushed it out to the 10th, even though it should have paid on the 7th. So we'll see again if M1 will pay that just a day late. I'm not sure what happened there. But here's the current dividends, $13.24 for Amgen and Yum at $7. And then SCHD, it's at $971.74. But that's going to change here because remember we bought the 1.21 shares. But this all depends on the dividend for SCHD being 82 cents. I'm predicting it's the next dividend for Q3. They're going to announce, I believe, on September 24th. I think it's going to be about 73 cents. So we'll see what that is. It's probably not going to be that 82 cents. So we'll see if we put in 72 cents here, kind of what I can expect probably $848, $850-ish, right around there. But if it's 82 cents or more, I will also take that as well. But you can see what this sheet tracks, the share price. It pulls everything with a simple Google Finance function. And you can see it's pulling some data from the M1 data tab. You can see down below to the right. And we're going to actually update that because we had 3 positions change with Amgen, Yum, and SCHD. So it's going to update the average share price, number of shares, and my cost basis, as well as the new next dividend. So let's go over to M1. We're going to grab that information, the data from the holdings tab. And again, I'll leave a link below to the Google Docs spreadsheet as well as my M1 pie so you can see the allocations. But I'll also scroll down here really slowly so you can see what's in this portfolio. I'm going to grab everything from the name column and scroll down and grab this data. And everything in here is arranged from the largest position to the smallest position as far as what I'm invested in. And here I'll walk you through it really quickly. You can see SCHD at the top is my largest position by far, getting really close to that 1,200 share mark there, and also 2,000 shares for BST. But AbbVie is my largest single holding, followed by NVIDIA. You can see all the others in here as well. A lot of household names, a lot of just blue chip stocks really that pay a consistent and ever-growing dividend. And all the way down to ADP, which is the smallest holding in the portfolio. So I grabbed that data and I'm going to paste this into the M1 data tab. And again, what it does is it updates the shares, the cost basis, and average cost for each of the shares that I've purchased. So we're going to see SCHD. You're going to see these shares go over the 1180 mark, as well as the cost and average change just a little bit. And it's also going to do that for Yum and Amgen. Pay special values only. It's going to do a quick calculation. You can see it changed the shares for SCHD. So we're going to bounce back to the dividend portfolio tab. We're going to see those changes here real quick. And you can see this is just with a dividend drip of Amgen. So approximately December 7th, Amgen's going to pay $13.33 instead of the $13.24 it paid in September here. And then you can see Yum Brands is going to pay $7.04 on December 7th instead of the $7. So even the dividend drips have a little bit, it moves the needle just a little bit. And then we go down to SCHD, and this of course is if we had that same 82 cents per share. We'll go from $971.74 to $972.74, so adding about $1 of additional dividend income with that $100 deposit. You can see here the shares getting close to 1,200. That's one of my goals, is to have 1,200 shares of SCHD. You can see right down here. So we're getting closer to that. I think if I just drip in the next 2 dividend payments with SCHD and just do the drip, I'll reach that goal, the 1,200, just based on that alone. But we will see. I'll likely buy more SCHD from here until the end of the year as well. So we can see now we are at a new monthly cash flow average of $1,011.21. You can see quarterly $3,033.63, and the new annual is at $12,134.52. So I'm going to take this monthly cash flow average, the $1,011.21, and we're going to put this over on the monthly average dividend tracking tab. And I put this out here to every time I do a deposit, anytime there's dividend drips or there are dividend increases, I put the result over here. You can see like last Friday, the $100 deposit, that increased my monthly income by 21 cents. We're going to see what it did here with the $1,011.21. with the Amgen Yum dividend drip and $100 deposit. And so it moved the needle by 38 cents to change my monthly income to increase it. And that's 38 cents additional each and every month going forward. You can see how these little things just add up, and it just keeps increasing and increasing. But we could see it dip with the SCHD, the new dividend on September 24th. So we could see a temporary dip and then see it rebound in December. So let's go on over to the dividend tracking tab over here. I've been doing these videos since January 2021. You can see the portfolio value back then. The dividends paid in that month. We're going to scroll down and get to the more recent times. You can see the portfolio value, $254,100. That's rounded to the nearest $100 in September. You can see how we've kind of dropped off from August, where we were at an all-time high. But we'll see where we wind up at the end of September, because last year September was kind of a brutal month where the stock market went down, and we did rebound a little bit, in October, November, December. But we'll see. So if September overall is going to be a bad month like it was in 2023. Here are the dividends paid. This includes Southern Company, which I haven't received that dividend yet, but likely tomorrow it will roll in there. It'll be at $76.41. And here are the quarterly dividends received so far for Q3. You can see here's the average monthly dividend. You can see how this has gone up and up, and we're at that 1,011.21. And I've increased the monthly dividend by $4.91 alone in September, and we're only 9 days in, and increased that month over month at 0.49%. You can see here's the annual dividend at $12,134.52. Increased the annual dividends by $58.92 in September alone. Here are the deposits. I put in $100, so we're at $300 for the month. We'll likely be at $800, closing it out as I'm doing $200 per week with the 2 different buys I do on Mondays and Fridays. So to close out this video, we will go to my total net worth statements, and most of my net worth is wrapped up into my IRAs, 401ks, things like that, in boring ETFs. You can see here in VYM, VTI, VXUS. And here's my taxable brokerage account at Vanguard in VU, VUG, VTSAX, VYM, VXUS. Here's my 401k, and that's in a Fidelity S&P 500 index fund. And then at M1, here's where my prior employment was to my current, before my current job. And this pretty much spans the years of like 1996 all the way to 2020, right around there. And you can see what that's at, $652,000 there. Here's my taxable brokerage account, which represents everything over here at M1, the $252,140. In M1, I have savings over there earning 5%. And here's my 1-year emergency fund at Synchrony, earning 4.65%. Here is my 2-month emergency fund at Capital One, earning 4.25%. And here's my home value. And here's my only liabilities right now. This is just it's a mortgage that I have, so that subtracts out from my assets. And there's my total net worth there at $1.6 million. And you can see how it's divided up. The breakdown, mostly stocks, 86%, 8% home equity, and 5.6% in cash. And we can see here's the pre-tax percentage and the after-tax in U.S. and international. So that's all I had for this video, was to show you what my purchase was. And it's been kind of the same thing over the past few weeks, which has been SCHD. And the reason for that is we'll go to my portfolio and see how the allocations are set up right now. And you can see we're underweighted with the ETFs portion of my portfolio. And the dividend portfolio and the 12 more dividends, those are overweighted. So we'll click on the ETFs to see what's in there. and you can see that SCHD is 0.4% still underweighted and BST is overweighted. So until I receive that dividend from SCHD, we're likely going to be underweighted with SCHD. I'm hoping it catches up because I like to do purchasing of the individual positions as well. So we'll see what it's going to hit once this catches up over here. And it's likely going to go over here since this is only 0.2% overweighted in the 12 more dividends, and likely be buying of more of this, where NVIDIA, you can see I'll have to probably change the allocations, as right now it's right about the 23%, so it's really underweighted. We'll see, but I wouldn't mind actually buying NVIDIA, a little bit more of it, as I've done quite well with NVIDIA. You can see some other things in here that may be under or overweighted. So that's all I had to show you guys for this video. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you got value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you can see my future videos, which will be on Friday, where I will pick 5 different stocks and put $20 into each of those. So thanks again, everybody. Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of buying this week. I hope everyone has a great week.